why I chose King Cold and why literally you should respect the video I made for Akira Toriyama prior towards this video, which is leaning towards that Dragon Ball Z is closer to Power Rangers, if you typically think about it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare anime and DBZ to whole society, because I'm going to spread light to you people about literally why you support me on the channel literally isn't helping, because I had literally one like literally with no views on my last Dragon Ball Z video. So even with the filter, literally as soon as a new topic comes out, I can tell that I'm being hacked, I can tell that I'm being manipulated on my channel, and it is a big manipulation. It goes hand in hand with my research. So let's backtrack a little bit. The reason why I chose King Code is because earlier throughout 2023 I had a Lucky Luciano phase. If you don't know who Lucky Luciano is, he's a gangster literally that turned into a pimp over time, literally that sell drugs. And what happened is I recognize how different gangsters have different agendas and different formulas, different shit. And like Sonny is the creative straight. Sonny literally is I did the research of my uncle, and what he does is he's like literally he goes around the world, literally creates the best spray, literally, and then literally when you see him make a jump, when you see him punch somebody, you're imagining two obstacular things doing something. And my gangster is in 4, since I did 4 literally when I was a freshman, literally. So what I did it's like literally I broke down literally how 4 could equal to strategy, like walking caller home, Nayeli, etc. And it would be one gangster where big nose literally smoking, literally saying that that's the definition of strategy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to refer to that as pimps, and for this video I'm going to say pimps are the biggest losers of all time. And the reason why I'm connecting it is because of mental health in Dragon Ball Z. And what this has to do with the formula as a whole literally was I made sure that I wrote down Dragon Ball Z impact on America in order for you to recognize that it did have a big impact on America. But what I'm doing is I'm comparing Dragon Ball Z and sports. Is what they did was they broke down the pimp in the beginning. They called out the beginning of a pimp, literally, please go out with me, Kimi, please, this and that, to a badass fucking mob boss literally who's killing people like Tinkerbell. So that's a big aspect of this video. So if you jump to conclusions, this is what it comes with, because literally the police had to jump down literally and break down this shit literally because they blew themselves up last time they pulled me over. And what ended up happening was that is what happens when mob boss progresses. Literally, he did get owned literally in schoolwork or they purple hair because of sports. If you like Akira Toriyama so much in Dragon Ball Z, alright. So literally, so this video is referencing Scott, Scott and Jennifer, one of my best examples literally in 7th grade. And the reason why I'm doing that is because they real break a mob boss down, but they real blow themselves up at the same time, because how a mob boss beats his mother is through concept, okay? And what they do is they call concept cheating. Like last time I saw Denise in her car literally freaking begging for money, broke it down, and Denise is one of the most mature people I know. So let me tell you the beginning of Scott and Jennifer. So it starts off literally PE while I'm in 7th grade. Literally, I'm a spec and everybody else is a star, because what ends up happening is everybody else has experience and I have none, literally. So when your brother tells you, when Not Plays tells you, to grow up and play sports, literally, and then you go to 7th grade and everybody has 6-packs, and now you're asking, please go out with me, Kimi, literally, please go out with me, Carmina. The reason why that's happening literally is because you don't play sports, and what ends up happening is you end up cock-blocking those people. People with autism, people with major, mental conditions will end up, cock-blocking those people, literally, and prevent them from getting married, big shit. So what happens, literally, if you go, literally, to a group home, literally, assuming that you're gonna get this victim card, out of nowhere, literally, and then they hit you with, big girl got married, because what you did is you got big promise, literally, and what your mother is accomplishing in the hood is something big when dead, okay? So I was mature enough to say what you took big was away from him. You took something big away from him, and then stopped them from calling out the beginning. So this is what being critical happened. So the exact same reason why you're not calling out literally Scott for getting reserved after you cock-blocked Scott literally in 7th grade is the exact same reason why you're not being critical as a society, while we currently don't live in a critical society today. So the whole method with King Code is what I did was literally I put on for the old anime community all the way to a point where I watched Dave the Barbarian in order for you to recognize that this is the old fuller anime. So Dragon Ball Z is it's just a cartoon and nothing else. That's what I break down in the hood, and you don't give me the proper profit. But it did have a big impact on America, since it was one of the most viewed, literally critically most viewed, literally on television. The numbers don't lie, literally dramatically. It's the exact same reason, literally, why I put sports, why sports went hand in hand with DBZ, and that's also how I got my career. And so, second off this video, I'm gonna be saying, literally, how I faced all the rappers, literally, in my prime as Moodtrix, trained as 50 Cent, literally, and why a rapper has a mental condition. Okay, so literally, this is a big video, and the whole, method and the whole thing with King Cole is literally, that King Cole was there to let you know that I brought back to a little kid eating top ramen, literally, and that this is what it is. Okay, literally, so what they did was they spammed Henry. So what I did was, I was mature enough to let them know that, adjacently, that Henry party was better than Kimi, because literally the party literally is the main focus, and they took you away from adjacency to do one moment. You know why? Because I'm doing sick shit literally with my fucking body down the street. Literally, I'm dancing like literally a Cyclone robot. So what they did was literally they called out the beginning when the beginning was already calculated. And when I break down literally that I have Asperger's and not full-on autism for the very, fifth time, what they did was they compared me to somebody who did have a full-on autism, where Kimi continues. Do you understand? And the reason why, Kimi continues is because they're immature. But literally, they're the ones that you deal with, and that's because you skip making things like fact, where our car is promised. Literally, you going in the studio, what Uncle Tommy was promised. Literally, so the main aspect about Scott, if you move on from the beginning, and Scott is very clean what he is he's a tall white guy, literally, that looks like a husky, literally with freckles on his face, a super good at sports, and he was just as funny as Maxie Chance of PE. And literally, so what ended up happening was he said he was gonna get Jennifer, and my little fucking 3'11" ass, literally fucking 4'5" was all like, no, literally this and that, literally. So I ended up being with Jennifer on TV, literally. And so what ended up happening is, the cops doubling pot, and then Eric's figured out about a hidden amendment with Amy, literally with Jennifer, literally, that they all stepped to him because he was famous for Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon for watching Very Odd Parents and changing intent on the TV. Okay, so literally, so what happened is they already, stepped to him, and then Tracy gave, Eric's validation back in elementary school, back when he was in EBAC, literally, as Slade calls it, education bad, something, okay? So literally, so Tracy literally laughed at them, literally freaking, and made sure that I was behind the cage, and made sure that she clarified that Marlene fucked me, and that's the whole reason. Oh, you broke up the perfect couple, you broke up the married, literally, and what ended up happening was literally freaking, when that happened, that means you were ignored at the beginning. So I was, the mature aspect of like, Andrew was there at the beginning of the year. We were watching fucking Super Goat Take Silly fucking kick his feet and shit. So what ended up happening with Scott, but Scott became one of my main aspects literally in life, in real life. So what I do literally in the Funimation studio is I get you layout Funimation, and I can replace Scott with 1,000 Jeffers literally, and the whole point is that I compare Scott to 50 Cent literally, and I want Scott to be the new Fat Joe. I want Scott literally to hook up with Fat Joe. Literally, that is what I end up doing literally at the group home, or literally whatever celebrity position that you put me in. Literally, and since every celebrity expands for a group home, literally if you do your research, on the inside, every celebrity, comes from a mental condition, Fergie, Snoop Dogg, etc. So what I'm doing literally is I'm removing you from the adolescent mindset literally, and making you recognize that literally the older brother aspect of this video really turns hand in hand, because what ended up happening is literally freaking they drove me all the way through the beginning, through the feelings, literally through the 50 Cent, after I already faced all the rappers, after I already proven that I was in my prime, literally, and they made me realize that Chris can go hand in hand, hard and hard with Sonny Lily in an argument, and call out Sonny for being a special ed, because my statement of Sonny being over 30 Lily is no longer being supported. Alright? Whenever I made that video, people don't want me to watch these A&Vs or women anymore, because I stayed literally A&Vs was back when we had a problem, back when I had a problem. Literally, we're here fucking for Chris to say, yo, and you still have a problem, my nigga. Okay, do you understand? I could get critical about myself, but they already blew some up, so I'm not relying on social media anymore. My YouTube literally is now on a fan-made basis. However, I am critically trained, but I've never bought a Blue Yeti mic. I've never literally bought a professional mic. Literally, they're trying to fool me. Oh, Dominic doesn't, have the perfect recording, first time. Literally, fucking Joey said, oh, I bought this stupid-ass Blue Yeti, and it doesn't work. Literally, they have to have multiple people fucking record for me and shit. Literally, that's all going out the water. Where are my subs? Where are my money? This and that. Literally, I could already have money for myself. Literally, fuck that, the automatic checks I got for making hits like Goth Purple and Simpson Namek. Literally, so, forget those. Literally, forget the mob strategy. Literally, they're calling out the beginning. So, when you're dancing with these girls, knowing that they're half invisible, from smoke screen, and knowing that you do see them give you visible oral sex, specs, literally, just know that they're fuel to get you 5150, and that they're fuel literally to break your mob boss mentality. Okay, so what they do is they lie, they give you, oral, with these girls, visibly, literally, and then they call out the beginning over and over and over again. And then I'm like, man, in order to call out the beginning, you need superpowers. But the beautiful thing about Scott and Jennifer is Scott did move on, and be careful literally with single mothers, angle, literally, because their whole angle is that they could have got married, but they moved on the next day. Howard, literally, these people are multi-dimensional, literally. They did, stress over it, they got over another day. And the biggest thing, literally, when it comes to the older versions angle is where it comes to sacrifice. Those people don't end up getting out opportunity again when they end up working literally for their uncles like Adrian and Abdul, literally all the way to a point literally where that sacrifice literally doesn't become beneficial, but it's still sacrificing, and sacrifice gave me a lot in return, in the future. And here's where we have Chris, solid and solid. But anyway, the whole meaning why I chose King Cold is in order for you to recognize that literally I put on for the African community, like one of my best friends back in the past, which was Michael's younger brother called Lewis. Literally, and Lewis literally like things like the Foo Fighters, this and that. So the whole reason why I chose King Cold, is the exact same reason why I'm being brought back down to a little kid. And Akira Toriyama is not, kid shit, because Akira Toriyama's work, Dragon Ball Z, is extremely detailed. Literally, you will never find another cartoon more detailed. And I believe it's the exact opposite of being childish. I believe, it goes hand in hand with propaganda and everything, in America. And I feel like literally, saying that Dragon Ball Z is immature is, really taking out literally the big aspect that it had with the impact of America, literally, and how it references things like, the alien, the Predator, and if you're really big like Andre Stallings, aka Haimu Kim, the Terminator, because Android 16 is based off the Terminator. But if you really break it down literally, and if you don't give it the proper respect in America, if you take out the epic aspect from DBZ, where epic is a big thing where it comes to entertaining and cinema in general, then DBZ is this Power Rangers. Oh, you watch a cartoon, oh, these fucking colors and stuff like that. Literally, just a car, literally, society, business, and that's it. Literally, but this is Moodtrix, and this is the topic of the video today.